Howdy, everyone. Well, yet again, that seems to be the reoccurring theme with the beginning of my videos. Yet again, it's been a while since I've made a video, and I'm basically just making this one as filler, right? So I've been struggling over the last week or two since my last video, just trying to figure out avionics. So going back a little bit. Of course, I'm trying to do this installation, and I've got multiple components, and I'm not fully versed on each individual component and what exactly they do, what their capabilities are, how they interact with the other components, things like that. So it's been a really big learning curve for me trying to get just that kind of stuff figured out. So along with that, of course, each individual component has a user manual and an installation manual and graphs and charts and tables and diagrams, things of that nature, right? So what you see before you on this bench is it's about half of the different documents that I've been using to try to figure this stuff out. I've got wiring diagrams for the different components. I've got some tables here, different graphs and different lists of pinouts for the different connectors. There's a pinout diagram there. And then, of course, I have my laptop that I bring up real time from the individual websites. I bring up the actual written instructions that discusses what the component is. This is the GRT, whatever, and this is how it works. This is what it does. This is the wiring diagram. This is, whatever. So I've been working through that, and it gets really confusing to me because, just as a for instance, what I've been struggling with the most right now is this is a GRT GPS unit. This is a Echo UAT. What do I want to say this is? This is the ADSB. And then I've got the GRT EFIS, and I've got a Trig transponder. But the transponder I'm using with a GRT transponder adapter. I don't know if you'll be able to see this little unit here, this little silver unit down here. That's the GRT adapter. So I'm trying to get a Trig unit to play nice with a UAvionics unit, with another GRT unit, with a GRT EFIS, with a GRT adapter, those kinds of things. And, you have to set up, when you get it wired, if you can ever figure that out, when you get it wired, you have to go into the EFIS and do the programming so everything talks to one another. And with the programming, it's relatively straightforward, but I was getting tripped up because when I would go in to set up my serial ports, right, and I had to learn about serial ports because I thought a serial port was just like a single connector, like a 4-pin connector. That was one serial port. Well, I was completely wrong. A serial port is nothing more than a single pin on a connector. And there's, serial in, serial out. Some people call it serial transmit, serial receive. Other people call it, serial pin. It gets very confusing. There's different people use different language, and like I said, I'm trying to interface multiple units, and they're from a couple different manufacturers. So you get into the programming, and you have to set up serial ports, and you have to set up baud rates, and then if you go into the manual, if you go into the EFIS menu and you start setting up your serial ports, you turn them on, you activate them, you set up your baud rate, that will generate like a little sub-menu. And then there's these SPC things, I don't even know what they mean. And you have to program these SPC things, and you have to tell it, what is it associated with. SPC serial 2 is the Echo UAT, and you want it to talk to this other contraption. So I'm not complaining. It's been a great learning experience, and this is exactly why I love to do this kind of work, is because it's a great learning experience, and by going through it, as big of a headache as it may turn into be, going through that process, you learn everything there is to know about your particular setup. And I think that is absolutely probably the most valuable part of this whole exercise, is knowing that when it is finished and it does operate correctly, I will know it inside and out. So since I've been working through these issues, and granted, 99% of that is self-induced because I'm new to all of this. So it's self-inflicted wounds basically. But, you know, I've been wiring and rewiring and, you know, trying to de-pin connectors and re-pin connectors and making my own wiring harnesses and things like that. It's been a process. And since I've had nothing to show for it, I haven't been videotaping. I mean, this video that I'm making now, like I said, is basically just filler because I feel guilty that I haven't made a video in so long. So I'm making one now just because. I really don't have anything to show for it because I've been working on basically the same couple of wiring harnesses with the same couple of pieces of equipment, and nothing has changed, nothing is new. I'm just trying to work my way through a problem. So the good news is, as of right now, I've got everything that I was struggling with rewired, and I'm going to find out today whether or not it's going to work. I'm going to get into the programming and get stuff reprogrammed. Like I said, I've got it rewired now. So we'll see what happens. So I apologize for the delay in coming out with a new video, but like I said, I just haven't had anything worthy of talking about or showing because I've been struggling in the muck trying to get through this issue. And it would have been a complete waste of time to videotape basically nothing. So this is just a filler video, basically getting you caught up on why I haven't made a video. And again, thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for putting up with my nonsense. I appreciate it. Hopefully my next video will be more worthy. I'll have something actually more tangible, if you will, to report on, but we'll see how it goes. Alrighty, so until next time, I will talk to you guys later, and thanks for your patience. See ya.